some, it may be the legacy of fame or the luxury of fortune. But for many, if not most artists, I think they create because they have to. In the absence of creative endeavors, some broken part of their subconscious wells up and presses against other functions of the mind, disrupting them. This quickly becomes a curse as the desperate rattle of a painting or novel or album drowns out all other thoughts. Days or weeks are lost while plumbing the depths and branching ideas of possibilities. The torturous frustration as the clumsy body fails to recreate into reality the immaculate vision of the mind. But the highs, oh those highs, when art flows and you are a conduit for lightning, when knowledge, skills, and training finally align into a perfect focus, turning random, diffuse light into a hot, fast laser beam. This is the feeling of immortality, the feeling that seems to justify this brief, fragile existence. So open that release valve, just a little bit, and let the demons play for a while.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Do I have everything set up? I'm probably going to need to redo... I restarted my computer, so I'm going to need to redo my noise canceling. And then it'll probably break. Oh, no, it did not break. Cool. Alright, what does I want to check? I want to check this one. So I gotta find... Sorry, I'm doing something real quick. did that. Cool. Alright, but yes. Good morning, Partridge, Nui, Kipo, Zaffrey, Diane, Watcher, Vix. I see Jesse. I think I already said Zaffrey. I saw Runery, a changed Leany, Darth Chaos. Did I miss anyone? I think I got everyone. And good morning, Snow. Even though I know that for probably 50% of you, it's not morning time. Good morning anyway. Morning, Tangent. You it's morning for. And good morning, Laser Kitty. Hold on. Let me get my D&D character out. Can I say I'm actually really happy with how this piece is coming out? I don't know why, but it feels like it's coming out better than most of my pieces. I am happy with it. Good morning, Kale. Dune? Yep, this is Dune. Ooh, I definitely need to update this little PNG tuber of. It's no longer accurate, as you can see. This was Dune back before she had the additional dragon stuff. Just happened to you with the orca sketch you did. Yeah, I probably said it like last week or something, because I probably showed off the original sketch, but it's Dune after like a year after this change, and I get to draw her and play her more confident in herself. I sent all of these out. Now we can start on a new sheet. It's really cool. Yeah. It is a year after she was transformed and a year after she realized she was trans. So I got to play most of her coming to terms with it and realizing it before the time skip. Basically, it was a year of rest for our characters to do anything over the break. And so since she's been it for a while, I get to just play her enjoying who she is. And Snow, thank you so much for 21 months of subscription. How you doing? Thank you for that. Welcome on. No, what do I normally say? Welcome back to the library. Enjoy your continued emotes and ad-free viewing. Is that what I say? I think that's what I say. You had a rather serious scare today involving Discord image sharing? What happened? Sorry, I had to type something out. Discord earlier this year put an expiry on links that are stored. Yeah. Well, the images are still there. You just lose access to them. It's like you can take... Which is odd, because you should be able to take any Discord link. But yeah, even the expired Discord links, if you post them back into a Discord chat, you can still see the image on it. I've not heard of that. That's... I don't know. I am sorry that that happened, and I hope it doesn't happen again. I recommend checking any old image links that you send to someone by just posting them into like a private server or something. Good thing Ko-fi supports image uploads, or you'd have been sending expired links for a while now. The thing is, even if someone sends me an expired Discord link, I can just copy the link, paste it into my private server, and it restores the image. Even if it has expired, the image is still there. It's Sigil. Thank you so much for the 16 months of subscription. Interesting, good to know. Yeah. You're wondering if I'd be willing to guinea pig it for you? Sure. Send it to me. Send me an expired link in a whisper, and I'll tell you what I see. Expired links aren't bad. Reused expired links are. Agreed. Though, seeing as the actual links tend to include like the file name and such, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they would be repurposed and such. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, it just seems... I've not come across it and whatnot. Yeah, let me go see if I get a whisper. And thank you for the lurk, Espresso. Let me get my little... Alright, copy that link. I see an orange cat holding an Apple tablet with blue eyes and a pink bow. Camera pictures can have duplicate names, and their names are based on date and time. I mean, any picture can have a duplicate name. But, no, I get what you mean. That's exactly what it should be. Yeah, it's, do you mind if I show it on screen just to show you that I did receive the correct image? Yeah, this is the image I received. This is what it should be? Is that the one that you sent them? Because, yeah, I see the file name here in the link says Anthro Simon Red watermark, or, well, WM.
The precipice awaits. Infinity opens its yawning maw, surrounding an infinitesimal and fragile bubble. Dust, clinging to a pebble, hurled into an endless ocean, engulfed in inky, unapologetic cold, buffeted against the unknown and the unknowable. Abandon everything, or it is all borrowed. Step forward and let go. Black racket money stays at home. No more mafia, police, mayors, senators, judges, or presidents. It's our money up here. Let's keep it.
Oh, for... What's up? They were looking at a link from February 9th. So they just clicked on the wrong link? Never posted the correct link to... Oh no, I've done that before. It's just like... You give all the wording and stuff, and then you just forget to post the link. Discord for nothing. I'm glad that we have at least sorted it out, though. I still apologize that you had to go through that, but... Or I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but... Don't know. Best practice is for file uploads to be identified either by their hash, which is always unique to a given file, or an identifier combining the time of upload and or a serial number, which puts the IDs in an order sometimes more friendly to cache. Discord links to the latter, and the actual ID is inside the slashes. And clipboards can be equal too. I wouldn't call yourself that. It sounds like it was a simple mistake. Hey, Regolith. Yeah, if you get the doodles through the dono command. Yep, still through Kofi. You also now have the option to get a previous dono colored. My computer's making funny noises at me. So need to get a persona designed? What kind of species are you thinking? Canine of some sort? Probably wolf? Okay. Wolves are good. I was a wolf for a long time. If that isn't obvious by the name.
You know, the bottom line with all of this,
Thank you for the lurk, Watcher.
or its art, or its sculpture, is love.
That warm, fuzzy feeling of love.
Another server in Discord. I am so sorry, Kale. Just have very low to no design capabilities. Art is not your strong suit. There are plenty of artists that will help you design a persona. Thank you, Regulus.
Whether it's performance, or its art, or its sculpture,
You found the button. You did.
is love.
One of these days, I'll actually start drawing.
People that are different have a shot at being
Come on, tablet, stay where you're supposed to stay.
motivation too. You know, they got motivation.
I do need to just rebuild my avatar system. It's a mess. Like, if I built it properly, I could probably do so much more with LandyTube. But I don't build it properly. I make a mess. I tack things on. It's like trying to draw on a canvas that's tilted in this angle. Things just won't line up quite right. Or do you want to try streaming purely to make an avatar system because you're so interested in programming something like that? Got it. Rotate the fox. Oh, Cap, you're here. Good. We're working on yours first. Also, the fun fact that whenever someone makes temporary patch code, you can guarantee with 90% certainty that code will still be in there for 30 years. Yeah. Yeah, look. I know you're calling out programming as a whole, but I am guilty of it too. Very warm and half asleep. Warm as in cozy under blankets, or warm as in you are sick? Oh no, wait. There's a heat wave going across America. Very warm, probably as in it's hot out. No AC? Oh no. What? Yeah, no, Please make sure you're staying hydrated. In tangent, what do you mean? Did I say that I think I would love to see some Diane streams. Diane can show us how to program in a little application that'll just create summoning circles and wait. No, you're not allowed to not allowed to give away those secrets. Okay. So what if I programmed in instead of just like a little greeting for Diane? When Diane comes into the chat, little animation that pops. That's not my that's my pencil. Little animation just pops up of like a summoning circle. And Diane just pops up out of it. Python summoning circle is turned into a snake arrow. Nah, there will be no TF in the summoning circles on my stream, at least. Yeah, games are always an option. Let's see, where's that clip from years ago? Here it is. And I guess I had to click on it to hit the link. This is from 2 years ago. Back when I actually did draw a lot more TF than I do currently. I forgot to grab something from the kitchen. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I love that even back when I did, like, I don't draw TF as, like, I still really enjoy TF. I don't draw it as much as I used to. I still enjoy the fact that even back when I did, and people would just be like, "Oh yeah, the punishment for chat is gonna be TF, isn't it?" And I'm just like, no, no, because TF isn't a curse to all of you. It's a reward, and I'm not gonna reward that kind of behavior. You got people out here poking every button to try to get TF'd. You're not gonna then TF them as a punishment. Alright. Sorry, I just need to put a bit of Tiger Balm on my wrist. Just to, make sure it doesn't start hurting. I think the thing with TF is I just haven't had the inspiration for it recently because I've been admittedly a little burnt out on certain things, just overdoing it a bit. So I guess I've taken a little bit of a personal break from it, and then we'll probably come back to it as my hyperfixation shift around. I'm sure it's very disappointing to many people, but since when have I ever shied away from disappointing people? That is a poor question to ask. I'm so afraid of disappointing people at times. Why would I ask that? I'm interested in, yeah. But I also have RSD, which means that I get terrified that I'm going to scare people away and such. Not a nice thing. Okay, when I say I don't shy away from disappointing people, I don't mean it in the sense that, oh, I'm such a disappointment. I mean it in the sense that I don't follow what is popular and what people expect of me. I never really have. As far as TF is concerned, it's a challenging concept for art. It is what I first was known for. Kale, I think you're... Let's see. Oh, you've been here for a year. Do I have any drinks? Did I remember to get myself a drink? I didn't. Oh well. I got a little bit of water left. But... yeah, I first got known... my art was first known for specifically transformation stuff. It was kind of specifically for the fact that it was transformation stuff that wasn't the more usual style of stuff. Being on Twitch and streaming made you join this community more than you ever did before. It may result in you being more open on your other account. Aww. Look, if I could provide somewhere that people feel comfortable and safe, that is all that is my biggest goal. And if I can, by sharing my own experiences, help people learn more about themselves or feel like they're not alone because someone else has gone through the same thing or stuff like that, that is an extra bonus on top for me. To all the people that I caused to question their own gender. Sorry I had to be the one to do it. But also, I hope the exploration helped. To all the people I accidentally made them realize that they enjoy macro stuff, I'm sorry. Now you're stuck here with me. And to anyone who has learned to work better with their ADHD or their ASD and such through chats that happen here and in the library, you're welcome. I really hope they help. Let me... I see on the other hand, but I missed the first part. Question for chat is going to be a stern scolding. Oh goodness, anyone with RSD would be devastated. On the other hand, you build up a community of people who enjoy you for you rather than what is popular. I'm honestly glad. Like, because the problem with me, the problem with if I were to try to if people just followed me for what was popular, what I focus on shifts very often. As those of you that have been around for a while have surely noticed. Even though you've only been here for like a year, this community has become such an important place to you. Aww. I'm really glad to have you here, Diane. Maybe someday you won't feel the need to have the separation of personas on the internet, and that started here. Hey, I hope over time you don't feel like you have to like hide that part of yourself, but also take it at your own pace. Don't force it or anything. What is the usual style? You've seen so many different forms of TF, from latex goo to Pokeballs to inanimate. So what I consider the quote-unquote usual style is what most people get is just like a 3-stage sequence or a 5-stage sequence. Or if they get a comic page, it is the entire comic page is just the transformation. Where if I get the privilege of doing a comic page for someone and they give me permission to, I put a strong emphasis on like the actual story of it rather than just the transformation. But I always have to ask if when someone commissions me a comic page, just like, do you want me to put in story or do you want as many panels of TF as will fit? Because if I add story, there's going to be less transformation panels. Some people like that, some people don't. I've been very fortunate to have some people that'll be like, yeah, added story. And I'm just like, yes. But I've also had some that are just like, I don't need story, just use them all for the transformation. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. I don't do 3-stage sequences much on my own. I don't like 5 stages tend to be even less common, or less common for me. But those are what I think of when I think of the quote-unquote usual. Usual isn't the word I normally use. I'm trying to think of what it is. mainstream, common, like mainstream TF, I guess. Which feels weird to say, but because you're right, there is a lot of different transformation subgenres. Definitely appreciate a sound explanation of the cause and the process. A lot of times it's not even that. It's just letting the characters interact and such. Especially like if there's multiple characters and whatnot. Sometimes it is an explanation of the cause and process. Thinking on it, most of the comics I've done have had multiple characters. Recently ran a bit of TF, noticed you have a habit of half what you write just lore about the TF. I feel like people expect it more in story than in art, or like in illustrations. Writing is still art, so I don't want to say it like that. One of my biggest gripes to transformation art. I'm just going to gripe for a little second before I get back to art. One of my biggest gripes is when you see a TF sequence or comic or something, and the art is fine, but you see the dialogue that's added, and you could just tell that it was an afterthought. It doesn't fit what's saying. It feels awkward. Like what they're saying doesn't necessarily match up with the expression that they're showing. Like if they have a mild expression and the panel says, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" And there's just, I don't know. It is one of my pet peeves. If you don't want to put a lot of effort into your dialogue, that's fine. It's probably better to just leave it as a silent thing at that point and convey it through the body language and such. Wait, thank you for the follow. The example I always use is this one, but this was before I put like the 8 panel limit. 6 or 8 I think it's an 8 panel limit on my comics. But so much of this is just the characters interacting in dialogue and such. Basically, all of the TF is confined to this part and then these top panels. Everything else is just character interaction, showing like the differences in how one of the characters is upset about it, the other character's just like, I don't know, I kind of like it. Why are we getting so many bots today? I had one that I did more recently that was entirely post-TF, and I got to do so much story in it, and I absolutely loved how it came out. I can't show it off because the person that commissioned it asked me to remove it from all my galleries.
Oh no!
Aw. Sis, thank you so much for the 22 months of subscription. How are you doing today? Post-TF is your favorite part? I love post-TF. I have accidentally, like, because I am vocal about TF, there have been a number of people that came here to follow me because of the TF rings, or just because of my TF art in general, that have come in focused on like the TF itself, and have since been like, yeah, I really like the post TF now. And just to anyone that I did that to, I am sorry. You're stuck with me. Or you're stuck here with me now. You're stuck here? Oh, no. I mean, you're stuck here in the enjoying post TF and realizing that almost nobody actually draws post TF. Because I know, Sigil, you enjoy post TF because you've gotten so much post TF of your nano critter. It's 1:30 a.m. You got work midday today. You just finished one more. Hale, you should get some sleep. You like post TF stuff too? But did that happen here, or did you already enjoy it? Post TF has so many fun mini conflicts. You could write an entire story about guy turned Griffin who's trying to open a drawer. I mean, I was writing an entire story about someone that was turned into a tiger anthro. That I want to work on that again. I want to work on the new version of it. Amusingly, that's actually what some of the people here found me through, was that comic. Your dad is an occupational therapist, and his work reminds you a lot of what you would need to learn after a TF. So I've actually started like in a couple of my recent stuff. There's a reference to a thing called PAWB, PAWB, which is the Paranormal Assistance and Wellness Bureau. They are, in this setting, a kind of underfunded government agency that, in the very rare situations where people do end up in different bodies like that, they work to set the people up with people like occupational therapists to make sure that they have the knowledge and stuff to take care of themselves and their new body and such. You're definitely stuck here because of the TF, you swear. Uh-huh. Definitely. Your last 10 sketches from me have all been post TF. I'm so sorry, Tangent. You're stuck here. There's nothing you can do about it now. Except learn how to draw a post TF yourself, and you're already doing that. Support groups like that are super cool and also imply they happen fairly often. So the way the world is set up is basically magic used to be a lot more common. But nowadays it isn't. Any magic that is found tends to be like random wild magic or bits of old magic that is highly unstable, degraded over the years, over the centuries, and can basically have any sort of effect, whether it be an explosion, elemental blast, teleportation, changing the terrain, basically anything that magic could do. So finding magic is extremely rare. But if you do come across magic, the chance of it being something transformative is also rare in the rarity. But it does happen in this world. And when it happens, the people tend to, like, a lot of attention tends to get put on them. At least for a little bit. Maybe they'll get, like, some TV interviews or something. It is set up so that it is a thing that is known to happen, but is extremely rare. It avoids the whole concept of, well, why aren't you captured by the government and, like, studied in a lab? It's like, it's a modern world. There are smartphone videos and stuff. It's not as easy to get away with. So it's just like, yeah, people would revolt if we tried to do that anyway. So we just try to make sure that they aren't going to hurt people and aren't going to hurt themselves. Can't draw, so you cook post TF. Can't draw, so you're writing post TF instead. Yeah, that works. Cooking post TF works. I think. Can't just stuck here, you blame the coup. You know what, Animorphs might have inspired some post TF appreciation in me in you way back when. That makes sense. Just become a kitsune girl. How do you feel about that? So we'll get you with a specialist on foxes, to, like, make sure you know what your diet needs are going to be. We need to get some scans to see how human versus how fox, like, your actual internals are, so we know how to balance that. We'll set you up with someone that is very studied in the lore of the mythologic creature you are. Find out how accurate it is, and if so, which powers you have. Your gender has been changed. We'll get you with someone that can educate you on, you know, the information you need for your new gender. Stuff like that. That's the kind of things they do. And I imagine they do have, like, little support group things, but it's so rare and they're all over the planet that they're just probably done over, like, Zoom calls. Or 50% fox by volume. Well, I mean, I meant it more in the sense of, like, do you need to have a diet that is more akin to what foxes need, or more akin to what humans need? How would Pop react to a newly born cosmic entity? They would ask you so many questions. I still gotta figure out how they would interact or react to Zakuro, because Zakuro can control some limited magic. And that would be a very valuable resource for them, even if Zakuro... Like, not only that, Zakuro is old enough that she was from a time when magic was present. Doesn't need to be a gender change. Could also be a yay, my body matches my gender identity now. But also change species. Well, okay, when I say gender change, I guess I mean more sex change. There's still stuff you would need to know if you weren't already studying up on it beforehand. Like, unfortunately, gender doesn't magic. Gender doesn't match. The magic doesn't care about what you want or what your gender is most times. There are rare instances, like in the comic, like the Tiger comic, the magic is harnessed. It's something like Zakuro, where someone is able to use a bit of the magic. But they are someone that has avoided being found by Paul. So the magic doesn't care what you want, how you identify, or whatever. What happens is whatever the spell was, and basically it would have had the same effect no matter who it hit. Kimono. You said kimono for this character. I should have been drawing this for much longer than I have been. Bites me gently. Hi, Runery. Is it asking if you can join the call, or are you just biting me? I know it's just you biting me, but I'm still gonna poke. Because you are my friend. I am adorable? Have you not seen yourself? It's like, yes, I'm adorable, but as long as you know that you are too. Sorry, I just saw it. Speaking of quote-unquote rad, so I don't know how many of you guys saw the Grem Gang game show thing that we did the other week on Junie's stream. But Finnegrin and I were the team that won. And while I didn't realize there was going to be art for the winners, because I missed that part of the announcement, Junie finally, yeah, no, that's the wrong word. But Junie completed it yesterday, and I want to share it. Because I both love it and find it hilarious. Because that is so much more confidence than Sierra actually has. And I love that it makes this, the team name look sarcastic. This looks like, these two look like they're people that would be quote-unquote polite, but just think they're better than you. Meanwhile, we were named that because someone on the other team were just like, it's Sierra Definigrin. Just call them Team Overly Polite. Which shortens to Team OP. So I loved it. And then we won. So the Team OP name worked out really well because we won by like double the points of the next closest team. We truly were OP. So I'll be right back. I apologize. Right. Time to actually successfully draw a thing. By successfully, I mean, also, I'm back. Also, I forgot water again. Also, I'll get water later. I don't want to run away again. But also, Runery, I know you say oi, but you're cute. I appreciate you being here. I always enjoy getting to chat with you. And also, bites you gently. Also, I'm sorry, Cat, but Sal's tails are just in general bigger. So I am drawing them as such. Gasp. Bites you gently. I just imagine that gasp. I just imagine that look like that a bird gives you when it's just confused and it's just staring at you with like the wide eyes. Let me check the official description for this one real quick. Why do things just feel a bit off today? Oh, dragon time. Remind me when Iki gets here later to tell Iki that I did the thing. Sure. Yeah, did you know that there's at least one dragon in this image? Possibly two? Is that emote? Oh, thumbs up.
Oh no!
Luckily, thank you so much for 26 months of subscription. Welcome back to the library. Enjoy your emotes and ad-free viewing. How you doing? Dragon puppy? Pets. You can give the dragon head pats. I will ask you not to do the good puppy thing, though. But yes, welcome in, Avenger. Yeah, like head pats and hugs for the dragon. Fine. I've just the whole like good puppy, good girl kind of stuff just never really fit with me. Exhausted first day post AC. How did the convention go? I forgot that was this weekend. You suited for the first time? Nice. Also, thank you so much for the donation. You shall be added, or I say you shall be added to the queue, but you have already been added to the queue. Why must Twitch hate your mobile data? Because the Twitch app is terrible. But how did suiting go? Did you have your own, or were you using someone else's? I've never actually tried suiting myself. Go DM me? Okay. Cap, I have a question. I normally draw the little things in Cap's hair that have the big beads on them. Are those actually canonically just always there, or... Though perhaps you should have put... You can fix it for next time. The system still puts your name in correctly. I can't change what the actual Ko-fi alerts are. I can only change how my personally programmed system reads it. They aren't always there? No? Okay. Do you want them there for this image, or would you... or do you think she wouldn't have them in a fancy setting? Or would she only have them in a fancy setting? Because they seem like something that is, like, extra decoration. Just have to do in fursuit because you don't want to be identified, part of your separation of accounts thing. Understandable. Though, I will say, if, one, there's a lot of people there. Two, if you're identified by anyone there, it means they are also there at a furry convention. Which, if you didn't already know that they were a furry and going to the furry convention, which means they were also hiding it, which means they should understand well enough to not tell anybody that they recognized you there. You know that, but your brain is weird. Yeah, brains be like that. Brains are wonderful things, but they also can be really, really frustrating at times. You threw off the balance? Oh no, you better do a lurk real quick to restore it. Get yourself out of the negative. How long is Capital's hair? Looks like it's down to a little past the hips. Can't just add another alert to rebalance it. Oh no. Diane is lost in the pile of dog beds. Waist length, you think? Got it. Sorry, they have similar hairstyles. Since I gave the older Sal, like, the center part. And I want to make sure that I'm differentiating the two. Don't be afraid to change things up at Capital if needed. Look, if I needed to change things up, I could change things up on Sal. Sal's my character, and Sal literally has a design that will change based on her mood. Because the nanites will adjust things. Know a friend who has at least done things related to the furry community, if not in the community completely, but you don't want to say anything? I mean, if they haven't made it public themselves, you definitely shouldn't say anything. That is, just like it wouldn't be for anyone else to say about you, is not for you to say about them. But I'm pretty sure you understand that. Why have I forgotten how to draw hands? There we go. That's much better. You know the exact name in the request. What is the name of the nanite creatures? Yeah, nano critters or nanite creatures should work. Oh, are you getting yourself a nano critter? They have said to you, pretty sure. Just don't want to say anything to them. Okay. Crusader's DM. She was an anxious nightmare from the entire time, but people were so nice. I need to ask, are you sending these for me, or are you sending these for me to show? I assume they're just for me, but I'm autistic and want to make sure I'm reading things properly. Sorry. I got something else at the same time. No wonder I was being bitten. Oh. Oh, it's actually Lockley. I love that. That's so cool. You said I could, you said I can, share? That's amazing. I love that. You got a Lockley Fox and a Granite. That's so cool. I love that they hold on. Where is it? Copy image. I love no, not new. Not new. Come on, hand work, please. They got the like the ear floof things you have. Got your goggles, got the little hair floof. This is just like the head and the gloves, right? The goggles and outfits were you're making? Partial maker is Alith Art, who is also your ref art. Oh. I am curious, like around the neck, on like the sides and stuff, does it have like the little rosettes that your character has? Wait, I think I can see them a little bit on the ears. Yeah, it's like right there. I forgot you had them on the ears. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I see them on the tail. Oh, you got the little tail band. There's... I have to ask, are those your normal glasses, or did you get, like, oversized glasses to put on the head? Those are oversized? Okay. Without it on the body, it's hard. Like, I know it's bigger than, but it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, that is really cool. Thank you for sharing. Also, Runery, I am going to show off what you sent me, because I love it. I got an adopt from Runery a while ago. And because I did the auto buy, it came with a ref sheet. And I got sent the ref sheet. Look at her. Yeah, her name is Peppermint. because I'm very creative at names. And yeah, she happened. No. This was the original adopt, and I asked for the teeth not be striped because I felt like that was a little bit busy, and also ASD just made my brain go, no, you'd be licking the back of candy teeth constantly, and it gets sticky, and I'm just like, no, can I have the teeth not be candy? Everything else is the same though. You were staring at the chibi and had to add a knot? Add a note? How does she wear the sweater? I don't know. Christmas magic? How do any winged furries wear their clothes? I don't know what I'm going to do with Peppermint yet. But I want... Like, I know I'm going to make a... I want to make a PNG YouTuber of her because she parallels so well with the Candy Corn Manticore. Which is a masculine Halloween-themed one. Now we got a feminine Christmas-themed one. And they pair well. Hi, Mal. Also? What is the also? Better not be sending me another thing. I will bite you. Also, in response to your comment... A sweater rain... Wait, hold on. Oh, it does. Aw. Also, you did a really good job on this. That legitimately looks like one of those Christmas sweaters. The quote-unquote ugly Christmas sweater. Peppermint loves them. This is something I have decided. You do wonder if they argue what season is November? Neither. Sphinx's birthday is in November. Sphinx just like, no. No, November is not Halloween nor Christmas. I know a lot of you guys aren't American, so you don't have Thanksgiving in November. But we do. And my birthday falls on Thanksgiving every so many years because the actual day of Thanksgiving changes because it's always on a Thursday. So Sphinx pushes them away with the broom if they try to argue about it. Apple, your neck is too thick here. Top of devices. You had the ref almost done. You're just missing the chibi. And between yesterday and today, you got the energy to work on it. I am glad. Like, don't get me wrong. I am super happy to get the ref sheet, and I love it. I know you have anxiety over it, but I hecking love it. But on the other hand, it just makes me really happy to see that you got energy to draw again, because I know you've been struggling with it. Oh, did I see what earlier? I saw you say they aren't always on there. If you said something after that, I did miss it. I apologize. So I'd be working with electric tools and kill the power constantly. Oh. Yeah, if you said something about the hair things, go ahead and repeat it so I can see it. Either way, them being there, imagine for official them for so it makes sense here but aren't necessary. Okay, I will try to add them in, and I'll see where they can go. Do you want them on the bangs or like part of the back of the hair? Because on the two images I have here, one's on the bangs and one's not. Just took a 3-mile walk trying to improve fitness. Good. That kind of stuff is important. Can I do it like just a little minor huff as like the streamer here? I guess you guys can't stop me, but I have been told by my physical therapist that because I was asking about like, well, what kind of exercises can I still do if I say go to the gym? Because they're not letting me be as physically active at work anymore. And her response was like, no real restrictions. Listen to your body. Obviously, no like doing the thing where you like put a bunch of weight behind your 100 pounds behind your back while you're crouched and like standing up kind of thing. That would kill my back. But then she was also just like, and no running. And I was like, no running? Is that like for now until it heals, or is that a perpetual thing? And she just kind of was like, with your back, just no running anymore. And I'm just like, okay. Which I guess gives me a bit of a bit of insight on the condition that they see my back as, which isn't good. Wrecking, it's putting some weight in the backpack and walk with it. That would probably put more strain on my back right now than I can. Maybe after I strengthen my core muscles some more. Be able to copy this and at least use this part. Oh, whoops. Hit X, not C. Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to my back, you know how the back is supposed to have, like, kind of look like this? And have these cushions in between? In my lower back, 2 of these cushions have basically done this. And the fact that they show up as dark on the MRI instead of bright means they've just deteriorated significantly. And the fact that I have 2 of them in a row that are like that is apparently quite bad. So my back is having a time. Not a good time, but a time. That sounds awful. I mean, it is not great, from what I understand. Doing what I can, though. Always hoping for the best. Yeah, speaking of which, it's Monday. I want to see if my adjuster has sent me any updates. Because apparently she tried scheduling the appointment for the thing, but it didn't work. So she's now has to attempt to go through the doctors directly. There was no email from them yet. They're gonna try doing an injection, like an anti-inflammatory injection. Also, Cap, can I say just how much I know that, like, the idea of this sketch is that both of us kind of grew up in countryish areas. But one part of Sal that I don't get to show very much is the fact that she enjoys farming and such. Wait, no, I forgot to do the hair thingies.
Now builds the foundation. Machinations. Systems within systems.
Because Sal has an affinity for,
Structures of
like, one, both my parents had gardens when I grew up. And Sal has an affinity for plants.
and swim among
So Sal likes having a garden, growing a garden.
inhabit its shared, timeless womb.
But most of Sal's stuff tends to be focused on what happens later in the story, because Sal owning, like, a farmhouse and just kind of spending time growing a garden is fairly early on. There's some Sal lore for all of you guys. If you didn't know, Sal likes gardening. Sal likes the countryside. The nanites don't. The nanites don't think it's appropriate for her. But Sal does. But it's like, also, I grew up in the country, surrounded by farms, mountains, and both my parents have had gardens that we worked on. Both my parents have raised chickens. One of my parents have heckin' raised alpacas. Or you've trigger flopped on your bedroom floor watching me. Put me on your second monitor. Do candidates taste foods 2 times, first by smell, then by taste due to their superpowered noses? I mean, humans already do that. That's why, like, coffee and such, you recognize a lot of the flavor due to your sense of smell. But we don't sense it, we don't taste it twice. So I don't imagine that canines would either. So I think my answer to that is no. You still live out in that kind of setting? When you have a stuffy nose, it really messes with your sense of taste after all. Yeah, I haven't lived out in the country in a while. So we are looking to find a place that is like, I wouldn't call it necessarily country, but much more quiet than where we've been living. This just doesn't work. Little hair danglies here need to kind of flare out a bit sooner. That way they can kind of clear the hand here. I hope you like how this ends up. Doing my best with it. I told myself I was going to work on things quickly today. I tell myself a lot of things. You contribute to the distraction now. No, that's what we do. Look, even if... Come on, brain. Even if I'm not necessarily doing art at any given moment, like I always tell other streamers, you are still providing entertainment. You are providing a place for people to feel comfortable, somewhere for them to like enjoy themselves, and that is still doing stuff. And that is how I try to look at how I approach things. Are you amazing? Runery, you are too. You brighten my day so many times. And you have left me with so many bite marks. Nope. Yeah, I think that's close enough to what I'm looking for. Just I don't want it too severe. Also, Sal, your hair doesn't go up quite that much. I exaggerate a little trying to make it different from Cap's. You know what would inevitably make these faster? I just took away my undo button. One of these days I'm going to offer a doodle type that's just no undo. As long as nobody thinks Sao is Capel's daughter or anything, it'll be fine. I think they're close to the same age. Capel is like similar in age to you, right? Sao is shorter, you meant more specific. I mean, I can't do anything to help if people decide to think that, unfortunately. Sal has similar bangs to Capel. Well, when Capel isn't wearing the beads, but Sal's is asymmetrical. Sal's bangs on the right side, her right, go up higher and are longer. Always has the 2 earrings. Let's try something different. I've drawn her in something like this once before. So we're going to give her like a little chain that goes between them. Then erase it and you're like, no, that was good. What do you mean? Or the face or body or something. You liked how it looked, but you didn't like how it looked, so I erased it and you were I'm sorry. If I erase something, it's typically because it feels like it is off in some way. I'm doing my best not to redo a lot of this because Sal's face just feels really squished. Like it feels squished down. Let's give her little, like, flaring sleeves. I've not drawn her in something like that before. There is something that just catches me off guard by the fact that the some of the ones that I erase are ones that people are like that disappoints someone that I erased it. I'm just like, no, it makes sense. I've done it to other artists, but also, I guess other artists have like done that to me in a way. But also, like, it's a weird feeling. That's all. Especially if it's ends up in a case where they liked the original better than the end result. This expression looks wrong. I'll probably redo the mouth again. It just... thought I'd like the Philly sleeves. I don't. No. Why am I so picky about how I draw Sao? You grab a postcard sketch for me once you get paid again? I look forward to it. Those are both accurate answers, Cap and Diane. I don't know. Feel like Sao would be like just nervously tapping her paws on the floor repeatedly under the table. What's something that fancy restaurants have on the table? I don't know. Like, is table covering, I guess. No, fancy restaurants don't have those. Those are like diners and such. The sound of claws clicking against the fancy floor, getting more fancy, and if I put a candle there, it'll look like a date. But all right, we'll put a candle somewhere just on the table. Are they like jar candles or like the stand-up candles? This is when at Fantasia, jar candles are usually the fancy ones. Like I was hoping like these little water cups, like glass wine cup things would be enough, but no. from this, your head just getting the idea of Rooney trying to bite a candle, feel like that a bad idea? I mean, Rooney has even bitten. Has had brain please. Rooney has even bitten Pat, which was a bad idea. Set up. Darn it, I misspelled secretly. I didn't need to get rid of the S. At least this time you probably won't do it again, trying to prove a point. There's a part of me that just enjoys the idea that Runery bites Sierra so much because Runery can't bite Cat and Sierra made Cat. Yeah, I think they actually look different enough. Now I can, in my rapid, in my rapid art, I can move on to the next one because it's only been like 15 minutes since we started stream, right? I still haven't gotten a drink. I'm taking this opportunity to go get a drink after I grab these references. Oh, I see more short cat. Alright, well now I have to go get water because I'm being told to do a wellness check. Okay. I also did one of the planks I'm supposed to do. I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do a plank every time a wellness check comes up. I only did one there because I did one standard plank for 60 seconds. Next time there's a wellness check, I'll do another up to 3. Then I'll start doing side planks. And oh god, the side planks terrify me. You know, it's probably better to do them all at once. But you know what doing them throughout the stream is better than? It's better than forgetting to do them at all. Trigger wants to join in when I do side planks. Fair. Trigger, do you know how to do side planks? Like on your side, one elbow's on the ground, your legs are crossed over each other. So like the upper leg is crossed in front of the lower leg. Got your hand that's not holding you up is like across your chest. And then you just raise your hips up. Did I update I did update it today after you did it, so it is not updated right now, but it will be corrected tomorrow. Also, Zafri, thank you so much for including the date that I drew that. That will make it much easier. 27th, so that was probably donut 6. Nope. Donut 5. Tell you what, Ruru, here. Wait, what? Where is it? Oh, right there. Runery is on a 3 stream streak. There you go. Oh, you might have gotten the date wrong. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen, and yeah, no worries. I'll find it. Well, yeah, it was the week before. This is gonna be interesting. I've never attempted to reuse part of an old dono. Probably should just redrawn the chair by like kind of tracing over it, but this is what we got now. And this will work. So I realize I need to erase parts of this for the next character as well, and I'm just gonna be like, okay. I'm gonna have to erase even more of it with the next one when I add in the second character. Anyway, computer chair. Hey, Veneer Kitty, how's it going? Also, thank you for redeeming the nothing button. Chair. This is a chair. What does the chair do? We do not know. It is a mystical object found from generations ago. We believe it was an entertainment device, or meant to spin. we have given it a try. We did not win. Rest my eyes? Okay. Foxtrot. A chair is a chair, even in the stream. Foxtrot number 555. If you need a fox, the hotline is 555 ah 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 ah. Oh no, I got E. Thanks, brain. Oh yeah, that's what I didn't like about this sketch. I remember now. Perspective of the chair, of the wheels on the legs on the chair did not line up with literally anything else in it. And it still won't perfectly. Because office chairs are evil like that. But a bit better than before, at least. Bonus check again? Alright. Trigger, get ready to do a plank. Fox rule number 204. A fox may sit in a chair in any manner they please, regardless of how it looks. They are comfortable. Fox rules have been updated. Fox rule number 374. The fox is ruler. Use it. A rustle in the tall grass. A wild nymphy has appeared. Fox rules have been updated. Hi, Nymphy. Alright, I drank. Gonna stretch. Turga, you and I are gonna do a plank. Gonna do 60 seconds again. No, your tail's not a ruler. The whole fox is a ruler. Look, someone got confused when they heard that Sao was a queen. And someone was trying to tell someone else that Sao was a queen, but used the term a ruler instead, and the other person got confused and decided that to use a fox as ruler. And then there's this whole complicated thing that became a rule. But also, I don't know if I said it. Hi, Nymphy, I hope you're doing well. Isn't it really late for you? Alright, tossing my chair over there, actually getting format this time. Yeah, a minute's about all I can do at a time. You already went ahead and did a side one already? Fair. Oh, right. You said you wanted to join in the side ones. Yeah, I want to make sure I get in my normal ones first. I'm going to do 3 of those and then start on the side ones. And then I'll just rotate back to the forward ones when we get there. Turga is cackling on the floor. What is Turga cackling about? You've been lurking and vibing in chat before you go ahead and sleep. Stream has been really cozy. I'm glad. Cozy is what I strive for. Fox rule number. This fox intentionally left blank. Fox rules have been updated. The amount of planks? What do you mean, the amount of planks? There's only been 2 so far. You're to bed now? Rest well, Nymphy. Just want to pop in before you tuck in the blanket to say that you love me. Aw. Thank you, Nymphy. They're always so cozy and it's a perfect vibe for you late at night. So you want to thank me for the stream. You hope the rest of the stream goes well too. Thank you, Nymphy. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. When you're a kitty. I love that that Los on emote. Oh, now I want to make one similar. Like, we have the tail gel emote, but I want one that's just like big. That's like that one is, where it's just like either dragon or glitch saber just cozily resting on someone without like, but it comfy vibes rather than, you know, tail gel vibes. So many fox rules. This is a test of the emergency routecast system. This is only a test. If this were a real emergency, and would follow. Thank you. Fox rules have been updated. Your programming will now resume. I have a lot of emotes that I want to make, but haven't. Wait, you haven't seen Tail Jail? Yeah, it's been on the library server for a while. But I haven't, I only recently added it to the stream. Brunery. question: if you redo your emotes again, are they gonna be Yolta again, or are they gonna be Sable? You like that one? I only added that one to Twitch because Draw for Coffee really wanted to see it, or really wanted it on Twitch, so that she could use it. And I was just like, sure, I have enough slots available. I don't know how well it'll work with them being so small. And then like a week later, Twitch released the Gigantify and emote thing, and I'm just like, okay, fair enough. It works with Gigantify really well. I still wish there was an option to let people do that for points. I wish there was an option to let people, like, if they're going to introduce bits, like redeems that cost bits, let streamers choose to like make bit ones up, or channel point ones. But I'm not going to get into a whole thing on that today. I've done that on a previous stream. I don't know how I'm going to make this look proper without the other character there. Gonna be honest, last night you were so tempted to make a whole new character with emotes, but Head was like, Marino, you haven't even gotten to properly use Yolta on stream yet, you dumb fluff. See, I wasn't sure if you had kind of lost like the connection with Yolta, since you had switched a lot of your icons to Sable and such. But I look forward to I still look forward to seeing you, because it seems like it's something you want to do, but stuff is just making it difficult. So I look forward to seeing when you do return to stream, and if I'm ever allowed to like join you, I would love to do something silly like have Cosmic Dragon avatar with Yolta. I do think I'm going to redesign the Cosmic Dragon a little bit to look somewhat different from Dragon Sierra. I might use the that last month. No, I think it was in May that I drew it. Yeah, I might use like the face designs from this one, because I've really enjoyed them. I just think these designs look good, and I've wanted to use them ever since. Probably not going to keep the third eye, though. Runery, you may be all over the place, but that's okay. Sometimes life is just hard. You are trying your best, and that's what's important. And you've got people who want to support you. And I know it's probably difficult, but if you ever do need help, there are plenty of people that would be willing to help. To get money, but since you never know what to draw on stream, you haven't. Runery. Do you want to do a duo stream on Wednesday? Maybe to warm up, you could pick an emote or two to redraw. Or maybe to warm up, you could work on the Ulta avatar. Get. Now you're so tempted. I don't want to push too hard because I know if I push too hard, it might just have the opposite effect. But if when we get to Wednesday, if you are still tempted to do so, I will be here and I will be very willing to do so. And if you start overthinking anything, ask me. And I'll work on it with you rather than letting it just overthink in your head. Does that sound alright? At this point, you think you're overthinking. Alright, well, talk to me about it. Send me a DM if you have to. Perfect chance to practice. I'm not very good at being like a happy hat or anything, but I want to be here to support you best I can. And if I can do anything to help make you more comfortable when you are trying to do stuff, I want to. I am overthinking these art things. I need to actually just draw instead of like casually work on each line. Okay, I need to just draw while keeping the quality. Overthinking everything, then your character doesn't even think twice if it's a good idea biting something before doing it. Like, thinking through things is not a bad trait, but sometimes you can get into like loops in your head that aren't very helpful. Sometimes I don't know. That's what I have Serby and Flo to help me with. I imagine Jesse helps you with yours. And if you ever need me to, I'd be happy to. Probably also your other partners, but I don't know them very well. I only know Jesse. Reason yourself right out doing something good for yourself couldn't be. I've been trying my best not to do it, but I have a terrible history of doing it. Especially since I grew up being raised like not being allowed to do things for myself. I could only do things for others. How long are your jeans? Your jeans go all the way, but you have bigger thighs than that. I approved bigger thighs, but... Hey, Drayleth. How's it going? Am I remembering correctly if I go look at... Where are my bookmarks for Runery's characters? There they are. Yeah, I can kind of do the joke. It's just because they're digitigrade, but it's like, yeah, Yolta also has very big thighs. You think you overthink for Jesse sometimes? It's going well? Excellent. It's going pretty good over here. We're getting distracted, but we're doing our best to be supportive of each other. All I want to say about this one, Zaffrey, is that all this loose fur around the paws that this character has, I would not want anywhere near the roller balls on a chair. Oh gosh, you're right. So is this one of your characters, or is this the character of someone you know? Because I know the roommate is your character. The really fluffy cat that is currently a familiar. Is your partner Sona? Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
So you can just like inform them that is a safety hazard and they should be cautious of that when they use office chairs. Yeah, the perspective is still off, but will do. I think for this one, I'm just gonna leave the sketch of the other character in there when I upload it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. She's been debating getting rid of the little fluff on her paws, but she hasn't decided yet. Huh. It is very much not my place to make that decision. But I think they're neat. They're I don't know, they're distinctive, and at least to me they give like a little bit of sense of like they feel like they're a bit more sturdy and powerful. I think because they kind of remind me of like workhorses kind of thing, like in a positive way. I don't know. Nothing wrong if she gets rid of them. I just thought I would share that because I don't know. I think they're cool. Yeah, how... Yeah, I think it's like Clydesdales that have them. Buckley, thank you for the donation. KofiBot, where are you? Pobbot is so much faster than you. Why? Kofi? I am so glad that Paulbot announces in the chat, because otherwise I'd have no idea that you submitted. KofiBot. Kofi alerts? No? No. Runery, why are you favoriting my characters? What are you planning? KofiBot asleep because he didn't get enough coffee? Oh, did KofiBot take a nap? Apparently. If you're innocent, you swear. You took all the coffee when you got home. Hold on. Runery has submitted new images. Oh, you submitted the burger one. Having an art fight folder is actually a good idea. I was looking at the one that you got for art fight this year, Yolta, because I like it. Instead, you're sleepy and hungry. Runery, would you like me to tell you that you should eat, or try to give you encouragement for your art? Alright, I believe Kipo's is just coloring her previous one. Let me go check. Okay, it's the Naga. This will be an interesting color job. Good, you included color references. Thank you. And thank you for the support, Zafri. I am confused by the fact that the Ko-fi bot still hasn't responded. I am a little concerned that when I click on this, it's not going to load. No, it did. Huh. Is bot misbehaving? The Ko-fi bot just stopped showing up. Speaking of food, your mom just brought you lunch. Good. Make sure to feed the Ruru. My brain stumbled seeing the Yolta emote. Almost said Yolta. What does Yolta even eat? What does Fred eat? Does is Sierra's diet affected after like the Halo thing? I don't know. Yeah, eventually I'll just go and make some hot dogs or something. Runery. At some point, I want to do like a draw pile with you where we draw on the same canvas and we can just like mess with each other's art. You don't think they need to eat, really? Okay. That's the first time I've gotten a straight answer about that. It also gives me more questions for you later, which I probably won't get straight answers for. Shenanigans may occur there. Look, I eventually got to get Runery comfortable enough that Runery is willing to, like, be playful back about things. I am teasing, Rune. I know you are cautious out of, like, respect. And wanting to make sure you don't make anyone uncomfy. But also, I know you can be a gremlin, and that's fun. You need to get comfy, but not too comfy. You start talking till you run out of air. Is that a bad... Well, I mean, running out of air is bad, but being comfortable enough to just talk. I don't know. People seem to enjoy when I have flow on the stream, and that's what we do. There's my glove. On topic, but you're working on a cosplay of Wolf from yes, Death. Gonna be 7 feet tall when finished. Moth Monarch put a sign up with, "Do not talk to me about Final Fantasy XIV. I will not shut up," at their dealer's booth this year. God, that's like me saying, do not get me started on character lore. Zaffrey, thank you for the donation. Kofi, where are you? Like, I wouldn't know that you guys were even donating if it weren't for my bot. My bot's programming should not be better than Kofi's. I am a single person. They are a big company. The issue with you talking a lot is you progressively talk faster, making it hard to understand what you say, and you also don't stop to breathe. See, the thing is gonna be a conversation. So occasionally you're gonna have to stop when I start talking to reset. And if you don't, I'll heckin' interrupt you, so you have to stop and breathe. There is also a say what you need to say fast, or they will not want to hear. I get that. I get that a lot. I try not to do it too much, but I think the same thing happens if I start talking about my lore. But I don't have anyone to interrupt me, so... I also have an accent that is very close to, like, the standard Hollywood generic accent. So I don't think people struggle to understand me as much, because it's very similar to what's in movies. Hey, Frost is Lost, how you doing?
The portal awaits, bound by lightning and flesh. Familiar darkness
Zoned laying in bed? Sounds comfy.
of muffling, blinding, cacophonic life, renting peace at the cost of almost everything.
Wait, you have earrings. I forgot the earrings.
To experience the beginning,
I didn't see them originally.
well at the end, for these moments are aligned. Step forward and let go.
I can't tell if there's earrings in both ears or not. I can always remove them later. Thank you for the hugs. And hi, Nazcat. You were usually talking a lot. Now you're at a point that when you go downstairs in the morning, your only answer to good morning, how are you, of your parents is going meow. Runery, you are heckin' adorable. No talk, only noises. As a mood. Like, sometimes you just gotta go nonverbal. No talk. Because that's not technically nonverbal since you're still making noises, but... So sometimes you just... no talk. Key smash? I mean, that is a type of noise, but I feel like the key smash was in response to something and I don't remember what I said. Hello, Sammy. Cool. How you doing? That's why when you get to be in call with Jessie while she streams, you mostly just start doing noises or meowing. I mean, it seems like that's something that you're just kind of comfortable with when joining other people's streams, because that's what you did on mine as well. You really like my dragon claws? So pretty? Thank you. Big clubs are important. To get an opportunity when you're still joining other friends' streams, you left one confused because you did a meow that was way too realistic. Aw. Runery, thank you for putting up with me. Am I just poking you about stuff constantly? If it ever gets to be too much, do let me know and I will stop. Your fingertips and white smash your swing. Sure. Do you want like the same color as the inside of the ear? Why did Pawbot say boy? It's not supposed to say boy anymore. Hold on, I forgot to update that. No, it's not working. I don't know why Pawbot said voice then. It's Pawbot becoming sapient. That implies that Pawbot wasn't already.
I had a dream last night, and when I woke up, I remembered it, but just a moment ago, it's gone.
Lore-wise, Pawbot is sentient. Pawbot was an old computer terminal that got basically awakened by magic. You're so sorry. All right. Can you test that one again so I can make sure my edit worked? You're attempting a per stream bark counter. Oh, if you need help with that, let me know. I know how to program that. You do? Yeah, I can help you with that after stream. Or at some point. I'm actually curious to see. Lockley, would you mind sending me to your thing as well? Oh, okay. You meant send it to me to fix. Yeah. Send it to me and I'll be able to tell you how to fix it. Depending on what you're doing with it. But if it is just counting how many times someone mentioned Star Trek, that's pretty easy. I should clarify that is pretty easy for me because of the specific things I have at this point programmed over into Sammy over the course of doing everything. Because counters and stuff are kind of a lot of what I do with Sammy. Basically, a thing to count up each stream, I don't divert discussion into Star Trek. And people can reset it. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Also, there was a message from Runere I missed earlier. You don't think we'll ever be too much? I am glad you think that, but I will continue to forever have anxiety. You're made of anxiety at this point, so look, I have had a long history of lack of a better term, getting tossed aside. Or just like being that one person that's kind of there, but just because nobody wants to, like, people aren't super happy they're there, but nobody wants to be the one to tell them to go away. It's like, I don't think that's the case anymore with the people I know, but I have a history of it, and so I have anxiety. This is on top of the social anxiety I already had. Part of my brain just doesn't believe. Part of my brain still doesn't want to believe that you haven't already gotten like annoyed with me and just put up with me because you don't want to tell me to go. Because my brain is mean. You're gonna shake me? Please do. Because I am being unrational right now. Or irrational right now. Some of you that are artists in the chat, especially those of you that have been artists for a long time, what has been your experience with people just kind of like just trying to get close to you just because you do art, but then like they're not actually that close to you, but it is someone that treats you well, so you just kind of like, yeah, this is my friend. And then you learn from it, and then you get trust issues because you think like everything is kind of shaded or filtered through that. Is this person actually being nice to me, or are they just wanting art kind of filter? And then taking forever to get out of that. This is my best friend. They're popular. Yeah. Like, even back when I was just kind of starting as an artist, I had it happen, and because I had back in school, I was a gifted kid. But I was autistic as all heck. So I was only useful when it was beneficial to people. Otherwise, I was just kind of tossed aside. So I already had distrust of people. And I was autistic, so I couldn't read people super well. So when, at least at first, when people were treating me well, I thought they genuinely liked me. Then I find out later that it's just like, they just put up with me. I'm on here every day, almost. Well, like half the days now. And I just kind of chat about things. And every day, my brain tells me, you're doing this wrong. You're going to drive all of them away. You're going to be annoying. You're talking too much. You're not talking enough. There's a reason I don't look at my viewer numbers. Like, I don't think anyone should look at their viewer numbers actively, but my brain in particular is hyper set up to amplify that effect. Is also why when I talk about this kind of stuff, I don't look at chat until I'm completely done talking about it. I see comments being said out of my peripheral, but anxiety is like, no, don't look. Parasocial relationships are a real problem, but you can't let them damage your ability to make real friendships. It's not like I'm trying to. Like saying, yeah, trauma can really impact your ability to function. Trauma is a real problem, but you shouldn't let it affect your ability to function. It's like, don't always have control over it. Oh, there's a gap somewhere. Where's there a gap? what I did wrong. I've got my traumas, I've got my anxieties, I've got my autism. I am just doing my best with it. Sometimes it's visible. Sometimes it's not. It's always there. Just at the back of my head, being that little voice that tells me everything I do is wrong. I've gotten good at not letting it control me. Usually. But it's always there. It is part of the reason why I have, in the past, crashed in like 30 seconds from being all good and energetic and like positive to suddenly just no energy to even continue the stream. There's like a bit of a structural support to stand against all that stuff. But sometimes a crack will appear, and sometimes that crack can spread and cause a rapid collapse in that kind of barrier. And then that voice wins. And then I shut down. In here earlier, you think mayors build a community who are appreciate not just yeah, like I said, I don't really think it is true for the most part anymore. I'm sure there are some cases of people that mainly just like me for our transformation or macro or something. I had to deal with one recently that was a really strong case of they didn't like me. They liked who they thought I was. Like, they made an image in their head. And every time I failed to meet that image, it was suddenly me doing something wrong me being myself was wrong because it wasn't the image they had in their head. And it's like, it still happens. It does not happen nearly as much anymore. I'm grateful for that. You are all wonderful, and I super appreciate you. And it's like, a lot of you I get to have just really nice, like, even just one-on-one conversations with. But the fact that it happened so many times and built upon previous scarrings, from early childhood into, like, more scarring in the teens, it just kind of compiled. And so those scars run deep, and even if it isn't happening much anymore, the brain is still gonna do what the brain is gonna do. Unfortunately, I can't always just not let it affect my judgment in things. The same as someone with depression can't just, like, not be sad until after they finish this project. Yeah, there's context to why I'm always why I every so often I'm just like, Runery, if I'm being too much, please let me know. I feel so bad that I get hyper focused like on your lore. I've done it to other people as well. It's caused an issue when I've done it with other people because they get used to me like chatting with them constantly for however long of a time it is. And then when things go back down to normal, they think I suddenly hate them. And it's like, no, my hyper focus just changed. It's an awareness thing. You deal with RSD and trauma as well, fully aware. You can't just tell you. Yeah, like normally I'm pretty good about it. Sometimes the barriers break, and I spent the past 2 years working on unlocking a lot of emotions that I didn't have before, and combining that with HRT, messing with emotions, however much, I don't know. It's been an interesting trip. An interesting ride. Yeah, I think the last time I crashed hard on the stream was literally just the one stream where I did the playful pokes I do to Runery about joining and participating. And at one of them, Runery kind of stopped responding. I imagine they fell asleep or something. But my brain went and I was just like, oh no, you pushed it too far. You shouldn't have said that one. It's gone from playful to annoying. Look what you've done. And then it just rapidly spiraled from there. That's how easy it is for it to grab hold over such a little thing. Runery didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong, but my brain just went and grabbed it. I was like, this is what we're doing. And I get that, Lockley. I get that. I get so much anxiety before so many of my streams, but I still do it. I didn't mean to get into this stuff today. I apologize. Pre-stream nap time. Enjoy your nap, sis. Yesterday I was caught in just a perpetual apology loop to Serby. Because Serby was tired. And I could tell Serby was tired. And I felt like I was doing everything wrong to frustrate them while they were tired. So I kept apologizing, and the apologizing was worse than what I was actually doing. Just joined. I thought I was part of the drawing, so you're very confused when I blinked. Welcome in, Acre the dog. How you doing? I assume you, like so many other people, joined by seeing the giant dragon on the thumbnail. I will forever be amused that that is the thing that pushed me into Twitch the Twitch recommended tab. Yeah, you're browsing streams. I made this avatar here as a joke. It was meant to only show up occasionally, but people really liked it and just kind of pulled it out all the time. And it shows up really well on thumbnails. Bigger. Yeah, this one won't look bigger until I actually remember to add in like a little person standing on the hand. Like that size or something. Because it's supposed to be sitting on a building, but I never finished the building. This was just harder to work on because it's all done in like on pen and paper. It's like scanned in. Looking for art streams because you can't draw? Fair. Yeah, we're just doing some donation doodles. Let's do this part next. It's like then we have to go back and add in all the smaller ones, but I want to get like the big pattern done first, which is just kind of like I want to take the sneppered rosettes and kind of like just do kind of like more of a snake-like pattern on the back, where they kind of repeat. I did it on pen and paper and rotoscoped the scan. Yeah. The this avatar is entirely done with dip pens, like the ones that have a metal tip that you dip in ink. And we have